saw a whole bunch of people. Jeff's in the chat, Paul's in the chat. Let me move the microphone down here a little closer without touching it if I can help it so it doesn't buzz. There we go. That's a little better, I think, maybe. Let's see. Let me see who's here. I'm looking at there we go. And let's see who's here. Let's see. Jeff, Kurt, Ruth, Vic, Luke, and Tao. Good to see you all tonight. So I don't really have a plan. Sort of. I said there's stuff I want to talk about. I don't know. Let's see. In Australia, somebody in our midst is in Australia. I think in our circle. Can't think off the top of my head though. So anyway, I changed a couple things around in here. So let me know if levels are reasonable. It sounds to me like synths are a little hot over the mic, so let's actually turn the mic up. See where my levels are sitting? Yeah, I'm way low. I'm way low. I can see that. Okay, let's see. And mono synth Dundee. More mic. There we go. Why does it sound so? I thought I turned that off. There we go. Now it's not. I was wondering why it was sounding weird. More everything. Okay. Yeah, gonna be a little lower. Yeah, that's not a synth. Okay, so let's real quick. Stuff in the jam is you get my big screen back up here, and stuff in the jam is mostly or largely wave state. And so let's pull up the DAW, or pull me and the DAW up like so. So we've got, let's stop everything here for a minute. And I think that's everything. Oh, nope, there's one more way out here. Lurking. Which one is that? I thought that already was stopped. Oh, hang on. Oh, nothing's supposed to be running. Why is that running? There, we'll do that. Not sure where that came from. Back to the beginning here. Okay, I am. All right, so cool. First up, we have, let's see, something from Contact. Get this moved over where I want it. Let's see, this is blah, blah. This thing, this ethereal earth thing again, it's just doing this something. Oh my, why aren't things working tonight? It was playing. I must have changed something on that because that's not the way that sounds supposed to be. Let's recall the patch. And that wasn't even really it. All right, well, whatever. Anyway, this is just a Contact instrument, does lots of slow stuff. Wonder what was up with the one that I had. Anyway, enough of that. Also in the mix, playing the sequency stuff. We do this actually because this will lead into the next thing I want to talk about anyway. So we'll do that. We have Zyklop doing this. And I've got everything running in, or lots of things running inside of Komplete Kontrol now. And for those who don't know, Zyklop is from Dawson. It's half of Myth, basically. So if you want to figure out what Myth is like without having to, or all about without having to buy Myth, this is the free half brother or something like that. And next up we have, I did some work on the Late to the Party patch that we worked on a couple of weeks ago. So that's now got this going on in the left hand, below, I guess about here, and then above there we got a bit of a lead. Yeah, I'm really having fun playing with the wavestate. I didn't have much time to work this week. I had to go out of town for the weekend, and so I didn't get the weekend to work on stuff. And it's a shame because it was a hot weekend. It would have been nice to have been inside. But anyway, so that one's going on. We've got. I didn't use this. I want to write a new lead patch tonight, maybe. This is the one we did last week. I think it was the sweeping wop had. Let's see what else is in here. Polybrute was doing some stuff. And you notice this screen changed because I don't have a preset for the Polybrute. So now this guy, I've been also working with custom controls for the Kontrol S, which has been a ton of fun. So next up was that's multi-poly. You can't really see it from here. Just controlling it as an external synth. And then I had a sequence playing. Sequence playing. Let's see, how is this working? This was playing as a sequence. So this is a wavestate patch. And it's gonna make a liar out of me again. It does this sometimes. Oh, nope, that should be working. Oh, it's muted, that's why. That'd be dangerous if I knew what I was doing. So this is a stock wavestate patch, so the Subtle Thoughts patch, which I always really like. So interesting thing about that is I also now have a custom control set up so that I can control some aspects of the wavestate hardware from the Kontrol S. And so this was this is one that I've been working on. It's not complete, but I have basically I have all the performance level mod knobs, and then each layer individual mod knobs done. That's all I've gotten to it thus far. This one's going to be for this empty layer here is going to be for filters, for live control of filters. And let's see, back on the first page, I've got a couple things going that let me switch through patches and pads. I'll tell you what, there were a couple things that kind of came alive on the Kontrol S. I just figured, I want this thing to do some of the things that I asked it to do, and discovered too that now you can do. There's all kinds of things you can do with it now that you couldn't do. So let me get let me stop this, and hang tight for me here for a second while I do some switching around. Actually, I'll just mute that again. Where is it? There it is. And let's get some drone going, which will be good on here. So we will just launch that sequence again, or that track again. It should be that, I think. Yep, there we go. So anyway, I started getting into messing around with the setting up presets in here, and you know, but I had a good time with that. That was a couple of nights to get to the point that I had the one working, especially doing things like figuring out how to get the picture to work out the way I wanted it to. You can actually load your own pictures for anything in here. So this is my one for the wave state. My default is going to be this guy. You know, with my own logo, and I'll put some controls and stuff in there that actually do things. But anyway, that's been fun to mess with, working on that. And so the other thing, let's see, let me get my, I had the, let's see, get to the right track of this guy. So this one is a, I found on the web world. Hey George, welcome. A fella who is doing NKS wrapper or NKS templates for a huge number of soft synths. And let's see, let's do this. Let's go over here, and I'll show you what he's got. Take me a minute to get there. Boom, boom. Let's see. Actually, I've got the link in the description for tonight's program, and I've also got it on my website. So let's go there. So it is Freelance Soundlabs is is the guy's site. It's working on it. There we go. So the link I provided takes you straight into his Korg stuff. He's got the Korg collection, one for mod wave, multi-poly, op6, and wave state. And they're not real expensive. I mean, they're $8 or $15 Australian, or if you convert that to US, which is for most of us in the room. Come on, there we go. They're like 8 or 9. The individual ones for the for mod wave and everything, they're under $10 a piece. And you know, I figured, what the heck, can't pass that up. And he did a really nice job. I mean, they're all almost everything is there, and he's got this just a huge number of different software instrument NKS templates available. I just go on and on and on. So anyway, I thought it was a great deal, and it actually makes it, you know, it makes it a lot of fun to be able to, now I can control the soft synth from the controller like I really wanted to be able to do. So that's the plug for the evening. I have no affiliation. He didn't send me anything for free, all that kind of stuff. But that's the plug for the evening. And let's see, anything else? I've got some stuff listed. If you have one of these NKS or Kontrol S Mark IIIs, instructions on how to do all this stuff. Some of this might be useful for other things too, like this guy lets you convert images to base 64, which make it able to easily embed the entire graphic as a text string into any number of software controls. So anyway, that's that. Get that out of the way. And excuse me, had to hack and wheeze. So anyway, that's it. One thing that's a little wonky about loading the Korg or anything that's not fully NKS compatible into Komplete Kontrol is that without a little bit of work, you can't get your custom presets to show up as part of the list when you're loading directly. So you have to load some patch that you like and then come into here and choose the one you want. The nice thing is once you get it into like Ableton Live or whatever, it remembers, but it's just a little bit of work to get into it initially. And so when you're browsing, like if I go over to browse browse for patches in here, I go to the browser and I load the wavestate stuff. Over here where all the presets are listed, it's just the factory presets, and so there's a way that I haven't done yet, but there's a way to load my own presets into that list, and I just have to get around to doing it. I haven't done it yet. Just ran out of time. I've only been playing with this since Tuesday or Wednesday when I came across it. So anyway, fun stuff, good stuff if you've got modern, current Native Instruments Kontrol S controllers. Unfortunately, Paul, it doesn't do anything for our old Mark I's. But if you have the old, Paul, if you still have the old software, you can edit your Mark I controller so the knobs anyway do pretty much anything you want. If you don't have the software, let me know. I'll get it to you, because I did keep it. Did keep a copy of that. So let's see. Anyway, what else? I think that was it for stuff to talk about. Or was it? Hang on. Oh, I don't have that on here, do I? Yeah, it's got it comes loaded as it is. There's some basic CC stuff already mapped. It's just the but you can get into doing mapping to the knobs and make it as you can customize the knobs and the buttons, I think, to do whatever you want them to do. I'm looking to see. I'm loading up the document with the notes for tonight. Let's see. Oh, the other thing I found, and this is also listed in the description. If you're looking to do custom mappings and stuff, there's a website called midi.guide, and they've got MIDI implementations for a whole bunch of hardware synthesizers. So if you want to be setting up controllers like I want to do with the Komplete Kontrol, they've got a bunch of modal synths. They've got just bunches and bunches and bunches. Arturia stuff. They've got full MIDI implementation for Polybrute and for Mini Freak and Micro Freak on there, which is pretty handy since I've got a Micro Freak. And the thing about Arturia is they've got fully implemented MIDI, but they're not real good at documenting it, at least not accurately. And so there's there's an issue with the Polybrute that I think I'm finally going to be able to get to the bottom of. Certain functions you can they're not responding properly to MIDI, like the touch strip or the strip controller and the Morphe. You can play with those till you're blue in the face. Your DAW records all the stuff. When you go to play back, it just doesn't respond. So having an actual proper MIDI implementation Hopefully I'll be able to get that to work better, both in the DAW and on the controller. So I'm looking at just stuff to do. So anyway, let's go ahead and make some noise. And I'm going to go to the track where I wanted to do something new. Go ahead and I want another lead sound, but I don't want it to be like this one's. This is the one we were working on a week or so ago. And maybe we just need to finish it up because it's really not bad. It gets a little. I guess a little harsh. So I have to go back and figure out what layer we were working on things on. Let's see. Let's turn everything off except for the A layer. And that's the one that gets harsh. So I think I might try changing the filter type. The MS-20 can be aggressive. Let's try a 2-polo pass. And roll it off. And then of course all the other things that go along with that. We change the filter and we got to change the envelopes. Filter envelope might be a little short now or long now. And the sustain drops off too much. All these things, you know. That's still a little weird. Still something I'm not sure I like about that. Sure what it is. What did we do? Oh, we have these. Oh, I know. We got these really resonant, peaky samples involved. That's probably part of it. You know, I should turn this back on. Let's see. What are we talking about? Zero, welcome. Good to see you. Running fast drive they work at able to device row rather than using. So that would be a nice, another, yeah. So, Luke, to that point, with the, if you use the wrappers so they show up in the native, down in the, show up down here, that would be fine too. You know, obviously you can map some things and you can do that kind of thing right there, but it doesn't play as well with controllers that way all the time. Although, you know, my generic setup for the Kontrol S could be set to do the first 16 knobs. And although when you get into that, some of these things, when you get mapping that, some of those get to be a little. I think some of them are kind of hard-coded. I think the first 3 are hard-coded for what they would expect you to do, and then the rest of them you can do what you want. I think that's the way it works. All right, let's get rid of that over there. I got out of Reason shortly after I got in. I did use Reason for a short time, but I got into it. Was one of those situations, kind of like I'm in now. There are too many choices, and I end up with the won't say analysis paralysis, but the choosing things starts to take too much time. And I don't get anything done. I end up trying to find sounds. So I'm trying to limit myself a little bit, and not not paralyze myself with so many choices, essentially. So let's see, what would be better than that resonant kind of squawky thing? I don't know if I want to use... I really liked the concept. I actually love the concept of Reason. I just, at the time there were not a lot of instruments. When I got into it, it was early days. There were not a lot of instruments available, and so there wasn't the utility that I was finding from other things. I was heavily into Cubase at that point, and everything that goes along with that, and the other thing, another thing I've discovered, because I don't have VCV, and but what I discovered, I have Reactor. I've had a version of Reactor ever since there's been Reactor, and now with Reactor blocks, it's got a there's a full in Reactor 6 with Reactor blocks. There's a full modular synth setup in there that's really pretty deep. I've only just started fooling with it, and it's another rabbit hole to go down, obviously. But it's and to slow me down from getting things done. So, there aren't as many of them as there are VCV instruments. Although I guess the community has a bunch. I have not even had time to start looking at it yet. Let's try this guy, and see, I'm not that worried about emulating particular hardware. I've not had any real issues with Ableton Live updates breaking things. I got in at the tail end of version 10, I think. It's a little better. Let's see, let's go over to the filters here. Open the filter up a little more. That could use some effects. Actually, you know what? I still don't even like that. I don't like that wave sound to start with. Let's see. Lead. Yes, Luke, I hit the one that said triangle lo-fi. With the rest of the stuff. Yeah, I liked I liked Cubase when I was using it. I don't remember why I got away from it. I really liked Studio One, and I still do for certain things. At the time I left Studio One to switch to, and ended up switching to Ableton Live, Studio One's looping and the way it handled clips was really poor. Okay, that's the one that's burbling. So Paul, how would you handle? Well, I guess you could record stuff from VCV into Reaper, and then if you're going to do multi-track stuff. So yeah, that works. Nothing wrong with Reaper. I find the user interface a bit clunky for certain things, but certainly not the worst out there. This guy's got to come down some more. Is that the one? Yep, and I'm going to filter that a little bit. That top end of that burbly thing gets a little shrieky. Yeah. I end up there a lot, Ruthvik. I for some reason, and I never really watched a lot of X-Files, but I end up with that sound a lot sometimes. I don't know why. That's a lot better. Bring that down just a little bit more. I have my half-inch 2-track machine in the master channel, Paul. Do I? Let's see. What do I have in the master channel? Do I? No, I don't have it turned on. Let me turn the half-inch deck on there. There we go. There we go. So we got, let's see, some old tape, American calibration. That'll work. That'll work well. We're back here. All right, I like that better. It's not as... I mean, the other one's good, but I like this variation a little better. You know what I'm going to do? What I should have done, if I had been thinking, let's see, how can I do this without blowing things? Oh, I know what I can do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to call it soft wah lead. Because what I should have done and didn't was keep the old sound and add this one. Lead. and been able to choose between the two in different layers. So let's save that program out. Okay, now I'm going to reload this from the original. Why did it not reload? Let's do this. There we go. And now, what I did watch, I really liked. I don't know why I didn't watch it all that much. Just didn't. Okay, so now I have the ability to, if I want, let's plug in. I'll have to assign this to mods, but for the moment, where is it? Yep, here we go. So now, if I do this, so I've got a page that has my layer volumes, so I can now turn the squawky one down, or the soft one down. Turn this other one up. What did I do? Did I load the wrong things? Shoot. What did I do? No, that's right. Cancel. Okay, so I've got the original one turned up. Why does that not have my... Well, that's interesting. It didn't save the program. Huh. Is that a bug or a feature? That doesn't have my, that's got this exact same thing as this does. All right, let's try that again. Which now I don't remember what samples I had in here. Or did I change the wrong one? Like a dummy. I changed the wrong one like a dummy, that's why. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. All right. Well, let's reload from the start again. Turn that off. I say reload from the start. There we go. Yep, I did the wrong one because I'm a dummy. Okay, so let's see. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to paste it. Let's say I'm going to copy layer. Paste it down here, take this layer and copy it and paste it in here. And that layer is going to be what it's going to be. And then in this one, I'm going to load this guy. All right, now, let's try again. Let's see, go back to here. So now I should be able to bring that guy up and this guy down, and I should have the original patch roughly. Yep, turn this down and this up. They don't seem to have the control in them. Not copying around the way I expect. What's up with that? Picket Fences and Northern Exposure, those were both great shows. I haven't thought about Picket Fences in a long time. long time since I've been to the squares, that's for sure. That's that one. Well, that's not what I loaded in there. What is going on here? What am I doing wrong? Got to be doing something simple wrong here. Let's try this. Try this again. Start from scratch. Oh, I got to load from here. Okay, we're now back at the beginning. And let's see. So I want to, this layer is my squawky thing. Okay. Turn that off. This layer is this bit. I want to put this in layer D. So if I copy the layer, turn this on, and paste the layer, I should now have that down here, right? Yes. Now I want this layer. I want to copy this, and I want to paste that there. Okay, those are correct. So now, to here, and go to here. Did I save the wrong layer? I bet you I saved the wrong layer. That's what I did. I see what I did. I saved the wrong layer. That's why it screwed up. Okay. So I am going crazy. Let's see. So let's take this then, and we're going to copy this into here. And then we're going to back to changing the samples, and I don't, of course, don't remember what they were. I didn't like the Moog ones, or did I? No, I don't think I liked the Moog ones for that. But for just getting something going in there. And turn everything else off. It's okay, but it's not really what I want. So how do you guys feel about watching some guy flail around in software? Let's see. This is the process, and I told folks this is what I was going to be going on about. I was going to be doing process. So that's the. Let's. It's fun for me, you know. It really is. Even when I do, you know, kind of. Take the resonance out. When I do kind of frustrate myself, sometimes it's still fun. Turn the envelope down a little bit. not that much. We were going to change the filter to the two-pole low pass. One of the things at this point, I'm actually pretty close to having a group of sounds that will go together into a song that work well, reasonably well together, and so we're actually on track to getting something done, believe it or not. Okay, that's right. I needed to readjust the filter envelope too. So I need that to be up a little bit. I want that to be a little snappier. Not much, but a little. That motion is great. I like it. All right, let's turn that comparatively up a little bit. For the moment, let's turn this other stuff back on. I saw you mentioning that on Blue Sky, Ruthvik. Don't change the mix parameter to, yeah. Okay, so now we got to turn that down and that down. And in the long run, I'm going to want to turn that master level down. Let's see. Need a bunch more of this. This guy is going to get rolled off a touch. Not this one. This one. That's better. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Okay, so over here, I'm going to grab this one's filter LFO, and we're going to set that real slow. And we'll make it a sine. Now let's make it one of these continuous random guys, and we'll soften that up a little bit and have it fade in a little bit. And now we'll take the LFO and turn it that way, I think. I know a lot of those words. I know a lot of those words too, but I'm working on disciplining myself not to use them on the stream, and it's actually, for me, it's not that hard to turn them off, so to speak. I've done enough live radio to be able to turn the switch on and off when I want to. That's pretty nice. I think I like that. Let's see. So we got that going on. Although I might do some enveloping with this as well. Let's see. Do that. Bring the. There's not an offset for the envelope. Wish there was. All right, well, we'll lengthen that up. That. Then turn the whole thing down. Oh, that's right, I got the aftertones on there. Probably too sensitive. Okay, time for some effects. Make that really wet. Wetter. And I'm going to use tape echo. Messing with the wrong one. Oh no, that's the one I want to mess with. Okay, yep, that's good. Actually, this one really doesn't. Yeah, it's fine. This is the one I want to add some more delay to, though. Turn that on. Also tape echo. Yeah, I'm going to save this. And this will be sweep wah lead B. Now the fun part. Now I can mix the two from the keyboard like so. Nice, that's fun. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I am going to put some more. This one. I'm going to make that wetter. Let's see. I kind of reduce the damping a little bit on the highs and bring the timbre down a little bit. This layer still needs a little filter help. Nice. Okay, cool. I'm actually going to keep the same overall name for this. I'll go back and rename. Actually, let's do this. Let's go ahead and save this guy. So this is Sweep While Lead. Sweep While Lead A. Because this way, if I decide I want to use these same ones, these same kind of these same sounds in other performances, I can. So let's see. Let's give. Whoops, don't do that. Cancel. Save. See, this goes into my collection. And it's by me. And this one, let's see, it's a pad. It's got some organ elements. Do I have a choice for that? Element no. So just make it keys. And let's see. This is going to be underwater organ because it sounds kind of like an underwater organ. Got that. Don't hit that, Karen. This one we will call Pleasant Pad because it's pleasant and it's a pad. Typing skills are failing me now. Let's see what kind of okay. All right, so I actually have all the layers named now. Look at me doing things like I should. Going to need a little bit of refining, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll just overwrite the performance. Oh, I don't. If I make a mistake, I don't care. I just try not to. Like you, I just try not to cuss on air, you know. So I actually now have a couple of patches, performances here that can sort of stand on their own. I was playing around earlier before I started the stream with where am I? Not there. Yeah, here. Nope. This one. With this late to the party and adding some stuff to that. Let's let me stop here. What's going on? I mean, I was playing around with this earlier. This is just the late to the party piece, I think. I don't think anything else is playing, is it? Nope, that's it. I mean, you could do a whole song just on this. Maybe add just the bass line kind of thing going here. Turn it down a little bit, turn this up a little bit. So I did make some changes to this, to the late to the party since last time. I think I mentioned that. I did set it up so that it now has the lead part, which it didn't have before. And I made it so that the lead line actually falls off. That's a little wider than I want. Down about here. Make more sense if I had the wider shot up. There. So basically I split it. I've got a partial split going on here. So the lead part, this kind of tutti fluty thing, picks up from here. And then the part that plays down here plays all the way up the keyboard. Something's playing that I didn't ask to play. What did I do? What sequence? Oh, this sequence out here is still running. Okay, but I've got it muted. I don't know. I guess this is the release times are so long that things just keep like they're going, which is okay. That's cool. So I've got that Zyklop thing going for kind of a sequence, and I can turn this guy back on. Turn that down just a touch. Zyklop. So the lead part that I did, it's actually the one that's up on the screen now. The program that's up on the screen now. I've got it cycling through 4 waves and hanging on that last one for a few seconds. bit of difference. You won't see it, but I'm going to go ahead and pop in. That's a preset called Filter Mod Bells, and I don't know if I made that one or if it's a factory. And that's coming off the hardware, so you can't really see what's going on. I haven't written a controller for that yet. There are so many controls in these Korg synths that setting up the controllers in a way that makes sense and then works takes a long time. Which is why I was so excited when I found these guys that this guy had done. Unfortunately, his wrappers don't work, or his templates don't work for the hardware. I can make, if I load up an instance of wavestate wave without putting it in the wrapper, I can use the template that I did for the Kontrol S to control the plug-in and the hardware identically. So what I will probably do is I will probably eventually reformat mine. Tony keeps going back and forth on that. You know, it's like he was going to sell them, and then he completely redid his setup and integrated them into the setup. And it was like all the thing. And I guess, was that today that he said that, Luke? Because earlier today he wasn't. You know, or earlier in this week or last week, it was all, you know, it was all had all the Korg stuff going. He was pleased as punch. But I know how that goes, because I mean, I was, you know, I'm on the verge of selling a few things, and then I broke one. Tony broke one of his own rules, and I broke it too. But Tony has a rule that is, once you decide to sell a synth, don't play it again. And he pulled them all back out and is playing them all again. So if it was just today, I haven't. Where did he say it? Did he say it on YouTube or on in his Discord? I'll go take a look. But it's just, you know, if I had the money, I'd want to buy his mod wave from him, but because Dan is out of the cases again. I was kind of like, well, maybe if I get some money and then sell off to this and sell off that. But see, now I made the mistake because I had all but decided I was going to sell the Take 5. I mean, it's technically still for sale, but I've been taking it over to Paul's for the monthly live jams at Paul's. And you know, last week I had a really good time with it. So now it's like, well, maybe I'll keep it for a little while longer. You know. And I think, as I mentioned last week, I'm at least going to hold on to it. I think through November, and maybe sell it after November. I don't know. I'm waffling. So Tony and I will waffle together separately. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So anyway, that was a good session. We had a great time. It's some of it was really good. Some of it was really good. Parts of it, I don't know. But we had fun, and that's the important thing to me, is that we had a good time. So speaking of having a good time, I think my time is for the evening is coming to a close. I've got a few more minutes left. I don't know if Jeff is streaming tonight, but I still want to. Yeah, it's bedtime ish, and I think I want to make way for Jeff if he's coming on tonight, and yeah, pretty much call it a night. I'm not going to DC tomorrow, but I still have to get up and do some stuff. So anyway, thanks everyone for coming. Ruth, Vic, Luke, and Paul, and Tao was here earlier, and let's see, Jeff was here. Thanks for coming. Who else is here or was here? And the chat worked properly from the get-go. That was good. Let's see. It looks like the four of us are all that are left. Jeff wandered off, and Kurt was here for a while. Good night. Thanks for coming. And I think that's George was here. Don't want to forget George. So I will see you all later. I'm going to play I'll play out for a little bit, and we'll catch you all Sunday. Hey, Kurt. Sunday is another Gallimaufry adventure. I think it's Sunday at 1 p.m. and the crew from around the world will gather again. You can watch it here. I think I can't remember who all's in. Jeff's in, Anna's in, I think. Andy might be in, Synchrotron, Quasor is in. But anyway, you can catch it here on Sunday at 1 Eastern. And otherwise, I will catch you all around the interwebs. Thanks, guys.